Hey folks, Leva here once again. Welcome back to another review. Hope you enjoyed my review of Green Lantern, The Way of My Power. Sure, my YouTube shirt again, my name on it. I just remember, if you sub to this channel, thank you for the 281 subs, by the way, guys. I do appreciate it. Uh, just hope this channel keeps on growing because I got a lot more videos planned, guys, and more videos planned for the future and stuff. So, I'm not quitting YouTube anytime soon. But anyway, remember, so leave a comment now, like I said, 983 with the mask profile picture. Remember, when you subscribe to me, don't forget to click the little bell. So I think you put all when you click all personalized on it, it will let you know when I upload my next review. It also lets you know probably when I do community posts, like when I say when the next review is or whatever, or whenever the next video is, and when I upload the video too. It'll let you know, or just I think it's also can do that. I believe, yeah. But if you're subscribed to me, if I like write something like a life update, or when the next review is, if you're subscribed to my channel, if you're scrolling through YouTube, you'll probably see it on there if you're sub to me. You know, yeah. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know that. And what I've been doing, guys, is superhero marathon on my YouTube channel. I've been doing what I call the 2020 superhero reviews. These are the films that came out in the decade we're living in now, which is the 2020s, starting with 2020, 2025. And I'm now on the year 2022. I've only got, this movie left about four movies, I think. No, let's see. Well, it'll be four after this one. And this is another DC animated movie, but not part of the DC animated universe original movies. This movie's more grounded. It's more for the kids. I can say I have one big issue with it. Despite that, though, this was really a cute movie, really an adorable film. And I'm talking about my review for the 2022 DC superhero animated film that is DC League of Super Pets, which I really enjoyed. Oh, I loved it. This was really a great movie. I just have one issue with it, which I'll get to later on this review, but this is the Blu-ray and DVD of it. You get how to draw crypto behind the super voices, the voice cast talking about the characters for the movies, how they came up with the animation, the Bullet Super Pets, finding the Easter eggs, deleted scenes. I know movies have Easter eggs for things and certain things to make references to other films. Yeah, like I said, this is on not just on Blu-ray. The red one's Blu-ray. The blue here is DVD. You can watch either one, but I suggest if you don't have a Blu-ray player, you just get the film on DVD then. Or I'm sure if you just have a 4K player, then you just get it on 4K. If you just have Blu-ray, you get it on Blu. Or either way, it's up to you. DVD does work on my Blu-ray here. Yeah, it's my Blu-ray right here. So anyway, let's get to the review, shall we? All right. Talk about the production. In July 2018, Jared Stern was hired to write and direct an animated film about DC Legends of Super Pets. Yeah, there you go. It is from the comics, of course. It's a fictional team of superhero pets like Crypto, Sticky, the Super Cat, Pippo, and Comet. Although members of Spider Comet has apparently individually early issues, the group was removed from mainstream DC Comics continuing in 1986. Their first appearance was in February 1962. Yeah. So he says when Superman got his dog, yeah. Anyway, January 2019, it was announced that Sam J. Levon would serve as co-director with Stern and that Patrick Hitz had signed on as producer. I do remember hearing about this movie when it came out. Sad, I wish I saw it in theaters. I regret it. I wish I was on theaters. The film was pitched by Stern in 2012 during the early days of the Warner Bros. Animation Group. It was announced that Dwayne Johnson would star as the voice of Crypto, the Superdog. Crypto, who of course is uh yeah, Crypto, Superman's dog, and of course he has the same powers as Superman. And of course he's in. I do know that the character was also in Smallville. Well, he appears in the Adventures of Superboy. Also, he has an appearance in Superman the anime series, and in Smallville. Well, it's all based on Crypto though, but they call her Shelby. Yeah, and then Batman Brave the Bold. Yeah, and of course Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. You did have Crypto as well. Almost ready to attack Supergirl, Superman's cousin. In addition to starring in the film, he alongside Dana Corsi, Henry Garcia, and Stern will be joining Hicks as producers by Joan. I think Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, also produces this movie too. John Rook, as they John Rookna, Clint Bashir, Liz Schiller, but they would be executive producers on the film. And then June 2021, it was announced that Kevin Hart would star as the voice of the Ace the Bat Hound, which is Batman's dog. Yeah. He's the king crime partner for Batman. Yeah. His first appearance was in 1955. I forgot to mention to read about Crypto. His first appearance was in March 1955 as well. Okay. Additionally, you have the rest cast members, which I'll get to, including Keanu Reeves, Kate McGinn, John Krasinski. They were cast in unscrewed roles. The following week, Jamal joined the film. Mark Mormon had joined the cast as the voice of Lex Luthor. By November of the same year, this role was revealed to be Chip, Green Lantern Squirrel, Merton, the Flash's Turtle, Phoebe, Wonder Woman's Pig, Bear, Superman, and Thomas Millett and Ben Shorts. And Keanu Reeves was revealed to be voicing Batman, which I thought was awesome, by the way. If they ever make another Batman animated movie, I think, in my opinion, they should definitely get him to do the Batman voice. I think he'd be great at it. 3 weeks before the film's release, the remainder of the cast for Justice League and Lois Lane were announced, and through posters. Stern developed a pitch for the film after working on animal shelter, where he noticed that older animals were less likely to be adopted and wondered what those pets got superpowers. So Stern was originally unsure what DC characters he was allowed to incorporate in the film. Clearly added Luthor after the character was suggested by DC. This is the concept of the villain Lulu being a guinea pig. Stern felt guinea pigs are someone who would have a chip on their shoulder, due to them being used as test subjects, and Lulu being Alexa's test subject served as a parallel with Krypto and Superman's relationship. According to Stern, DC executives suggested additional satire jokes regarding their properties. Stern allowed the film to make fun of the characters while portraying them respectably. Stern said the humor regarding DC characters were meant to be rooted in the film's rules on pets, such as portraying Superman as dog owner or Batman as a guy who would really use a pet. Could use a pet. Early drafts of the movie had Ace in a more prominent role, but the role changed to the co-lead for the filmmakers. Focus on the film should be on Krypton's relationship with Superman. The animation was provided by Animal Logic in Sydney and Vancouver. Provided for the animation for the Lego movies, probably the Lego Batman movie too. Approximately 70 animators worked on the film. Animators worked on the film for 2 years, as well as an extra 3 or 4 months after the film's release date was delayed by a year. Probably because of COVID, so they got delayed a little bit, but it probably gave them time to work on the film a bit. Charm one of the characters and environment to have both visual brush strokes and chunky hair shapes. There's others, like the inspiration from the Super Friends, Super Age of comic books. The film's music score was by Steve Jaleski. You have the Taylor Swift songs Message in a Bottle, recording of the song Bad Blood. I do like some of the music, You're My Best Friend. I like that song. Yeah, and they do play a bit of Superman's theme from John Williams and a little bit of Batman's theme from Danny Elfman. You'll hear that in this movie. Yeah. I jump room from a Nightmare on Street where Whiskers as she hunts down the super pets in a dead end street. Yeah. For the marketing of the movie, I do remember the trailers and posters, and McDonald's had a commercial for the movie of the super pets like saving a girl from, you know, falling on a bike or something or a scooter. Yeah. But McDonald's, of course, did marketing for the movie. They had toys out and stuff for the movie. Here, sorry. Probably the characters on McDonald's packs or McDonald's covers, slips or whatever, the bags or whatever. But they just have characters and toys of the characters as well. Yeah. For kids to get happy. But as I said, this movie is grounded for kids. Like with the other DC Animated Universe movies, like I said, for Green Lantern, World Power, and the other ones, a lot of them could be rated R, PG-13, and blood. But this doesn't show that. This is more grounded. Like I said, this is more for kids, but adults can enjoy it too. There's nothing wrong with it. I loved it. I said one big issue with this movie, but I loved it. But if you have kids and you want them to watch a superhero movie that's not rated R or is PG-13 where it can show too much blood, then I definitely recommend this movie for them. Yeah, and then some of the Happy Meal toys that McDonald's provided for this movie to help market it. The film was scheduled to be released in May 2021. 2021, but the release date was later pushed back to May 2022 in favor of The Matrix Resurrections, which I'm sure wasn't even that good. It was then pushed back to July 29th because taking the release of Black Adam, I guess because this Black Adam came out the same year as this movie, so but that came out I think in October, so I guess Dwayne Johnson was filming that too. There's an 10-minute version of the film was released in 4D in 2023, which I have not seen. Positive, following that though, they say the film will be the first person someone to be supposed to be franchise, but I've not heard nothing about it. They have a video game based on the film, which I didn't know that. Oh, okay, I didn't know this film had a video game. The Adventures of Crypto and Ace. Okay, I didn't know that. Just showing you a little bit of footage, but I should be careful doing that. I guess showing that you can play either Crypto the Dog or Ace in the Hound, probably just fighting bad guys. But I didn't know there was a game of this movie. I didn't know. Sorry. Well, I haven't heard nothing about it. See, we're in 2025 already, so I heard nothing about it. So, but for the voice cast of the movie, Dwayne Johnson as Crypto, a Kryptonian lab retriever Superman's pet with the same powers. Dwayne Johnson, of course, you know him as the Rock, WWE wrestler. And of course, he's done movies before this. He's probably had the most successful career in some movies. Like, I don't know, he's been in movies like The Mummy Returns, that was his first film. The Scorpion King, The Rundown, Walking Tall, Be Cool, Doom, Gridiron Gang, Get Smart, The Game Plan, Race to Witch Mountain, which I need to watch that movie. Tooth Fairy I didn't care for too much. The other guys I liked. Faster, I think I remember liking that movie. Snitch was good. Judge of Retaliation, didn't care for it. Pain and Gain grew on me. I like Pain and Gain. And of course, starting with Fast, he's been in some of the Fast Furious movies, Fast 5 and 6. Hercules 2014, I like that movie. San Andreas, I like that film. And of course, Hobbs and Shaw, Baywatch, which I don't really care to see. Jumanji films, I don't care to see. Skyscraper wasn't too big on. And of course, he was in Mona too. Mona working for Disney, so. Of course, he was in Fast 10, I'm not surprised. But he had an incredible cameo in that. Okay. And of course, Rampage. I think out of most of the wrestlers in WWE, I think he's had the most successful career. I'm not saying every movie he's done is great. Like I said, Tooth Fairy was not good. Not every single movie he's done I think is actually good. Kevin Hart as Ace, a boxer Mr. King super strength and night and ability of becoming contact with one's kryptonite. Then he later becomes uh, Batman's pet. Yeah, Kevin Hart though, I did like him in Scary Movie 3, and I liked him in Superhero Movie with Drake Bell. I thought that movie was funny, sue me. Soul Plane, I haven't seen him in that. I've never been on big with Kevin Hart, but I did like the Secret Pets movies that he was in. He was funny, and I liked him as the voice. And I liked him here. I thought he was good in this film. Along Came Polly, yeah, not a big part in that movie, but he was good. I like him in some stuff. He's grown on me a little bit though. Oh, John Johnson also voices Black Adam. That appears in the post-credit scene. There will be spoilers in this review, and he also voices Ebnis, who is Black Adam's pet dog, and Kate McKinnon as Lulu. An evil skinny pig, an evil skinny pig, well, guinea pig, who gains flight until it needs to with orange kryptonite. Every had a blind alliance toward Lex Luthor. She did a great job, I thought, with the voice. She's been in a few comedies like that too. Ghostbusters 2016, yeah, I don't really care. Angry Birds movie, I like that though. And Finding Dory, I like that. She's a good voice actress. But I don't care to see Ghostbusters 2016. That's just me. John Cusack as Clark Kent Superman, a superhero from Krypton, protects Metropolis and Krypto's owner. Yeah, he did play Mr. Fantastic briefly in Doctor Strange, and he was also with 13 Hours Secret of Benghazi and in the movie called License to Wed with late Robin Williams. Taxi, he was in that. A good actor. Yeah. Vanessa Bayer as BB, as PB. The pig who gains the ability to change her size and scale, where she can become really large, halfway large size, or really small. But a good voice cast here as well. She was in Trainwreck, Despicable Me 2, did a voice work for that. Freakier Friday, which is the sequel to Freakier. I'm not so sure about that. Wasn't impressed by the trailer and the poster, but that's just me. Anyway, Natasha Lyonne as Merton, a hereditary Terrifin with poor eyesight who gains super speed. And she did a great job of that voice. She really did. She was in Heartburn, April Fool from 1989. Freeway 2, Confessions of Trick Baby. Scary Movie 2, American Pie 2. Blade Trinity, she was in that. Another comic book movie that was from Marvel. And I don't like that movie, but that's just me. Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. Just did the voice work, I think, in that movie somewhat. And Do Lawn as Chip, a paranoid red squirrel who gains electricity powers after coming in contact with the world's kryptonite. Let's see. Oh, he's a amazing actor. He super portraying Andor in Rogue One and Star Wars Story. He's better in here. I don't like him in Star Wars Story. I don't care to see the Andor short either, but that's just me. And I hate Rogue One, by the way. Star Wars Story, I hate that movie. Mark Moran as Lex Luthor, the CEO of LexCorp and Superman's arch nemesis. Let's see. Using D2 the Mighty Ducks. Well, in the lead scene, so you can't really see him. It's just in the lead scene. Sorry. He was in Joker 2019, but that movie's more for adults. And The Bad Guys, which I think is another animated film. I haven't seen that movie. And Keanu Reeves is Bruce Wayne Batman, a vigilante superhero a vigilante superhero protects Gotham. Keanu Reeves used to probably shown for movies like Point Break, Speed, the John Wick movies, Bill and Ted, and of course The Matrix. Yeah, and of course he did a voice for Toy Story 4 as well. Yeah, and Sonic the Hedgehog he voiced Shadow. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Sorry, just didn't want to confuse you folks. Which movie I was talking about? I wish it was in Speed 2. Yeah, that's why I won't watch it because he's not in it. Knock Knock, that movie was horrible with him in it. And John Wick Chapter 4, which I haven't seen. Again, the John Wick spinoff, which I don't really care to see. And Thomas Millen as Keith, a white guinea pig who gets recruited by Lulu with Empowered. Let's see. He was in The Rebound. Well, here's The Campaign from 2012. I think that was with Will Ferrell. Kong Skull Island. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Zombieland. Double Tap. Ben Schwartz as Mark, the brown guinea pig who also recruited Lulu. Let's see. Okay, oh, this should be the guy who voiced Sonic, right? Mystery Team, I Hate Valentine's Day. Transformers Age of Extinction, he voiced, what did the radio voice for Bumblebee? Star Wars The Force Awakens, did the voice for BB-8, played Stormtrooper as well. The Lego Movie 2. Okay, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah, okay, I recognize the name. He voiced Sonic the Hedgehog in the trilogy 1, 2, and 3. Oh, he's great in that. Olivia Wilde as Lois Lane, a reporter of the Daily Planet on Clark's girlfriend. Oh, beautiful actress. Yeah. My first time seeing her in a movie, though, I know she did what, the Lazarus Effect? I don't know. Sorry. My first time seeing her in a movie, though, was Cowboys and Aliens. She was really good in that. Alpha Dog, Conversations with a Woman, Drinking Buddies. I think she was also in Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood. She's been in a lot of movies, but good actress, though. Jamal as Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. Oh, very beautiful actress too. Let's see. How to Build a Girl, Marry Me, Love versus Eli. Movies I've never seen. Clint as Jamie Clint is Arlie Curry, Aquaman. Wonder Woman, of course, is Amazon Princess from Themyscira. Jimmy Clint as Arthur Curry, Aquaman, Atlantean Demigod, and King of Atlantis. Mm. We did a bunch of He was a Men in Black 3, the BFG, the Lego Batman movie. He voiced Sauron. John Early as Barry Allen, The Flash, a police forensic scientist, a superhero who protects Gotham Central City with his super speed. Let's see. Neighbors 2, a disaster artist. Okay. David Diggs is a British stone cyborg, a former football player and a superhero who gained cybernetics after an accident. He did a voice for Zootopia. Worked in a movie called Hamilton. Soul. What's that? Soul is that's a Pixar movie. Disney's Palance as Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern. She was in The Cobbler with Adam Sandler, The Irishman, Samaritan. I think that yeah. Keith David is Dog Yell, Crypto's father. Keith David, I should probably know. I think he did a voice work for Gorgals, and he was in the movies like They Live, Agent Cody Banks, March for Death with Steven Seagal, Platoon. I think I remember him in that. Armageddon, Bruce Willis. And I think he also voiced Spawn in the Spawn season, I think TV series from HBO Max. I think. Yeah. And The Quick and the Dead, Eye for an Eye. Yeah, but great actor though, and also and there's something about Mary. He was funny in that, and also voiced the Shadow Man, Dr. Frisella, or I just call him Shadow Man from the Disney movie Princess and the Frog, and also sang that song. I got friends on the other side song from that movie Lottery Ticket. Yeah, he was in that. Sammy J. Laban as the Robert Guards at Strikers Island. He also voices a Waffles, a Boston Terrier that interacts with the crypto in the park. Maya Ashton as Mercy Graves, Lex Luthor's henchwoman. She was in Frankenstein from 2015. Uh, Scoob, yeah, okay. And Giffen Nicole Brown is Patty, the owner of an animal shelter. I remember her in Drake and Josh's Helen, yeah. And you have Alfred Molina, yeah. Remember him movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark, and of course Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah. But good actor though. You know him as Doc Ock, so that was nice to hear his voice here. But it's not. It's just briefly. But it's still cool to hear his voice though. Pink Panther 2, Boogie Nights, Dudley Do Right. I remember him in that. And of course Spider-Man 2 and as Doc Ock, and of course his father on Spider-Man No Way Home, which came out the previous year before this came out. So Lena Headey as Laura, as Superman's biological mother. I don't see this actress too. I know she was the villain in Jared, but I basically remember her as Kitty Bryden from the Jungle Book with Jason Scott Lee. I love that movie. Underrated film in my opinion. And she was also in The Purge in 2013. Yeah, she's an English actress, but I loved her. Sue me, but I liked her in The Jungle Book. Yeah. Busy Phillips as Booby Dog. Busy Phillips, oh, good actress. I remember her though in Freaks and Geeks. That was a real good show. And she's done other movies too, folks. Don't crucify me. I've seen everything she's done. But I just remember her in the TV series Freaks and Geeks with James Franco and Seth Rogen and Jason Segel before they, had bigger careers going on in Hollywood. Dan Fluger as Carl, and also Linda Carlini she worked with in that show. Dan Pogler, let's see, as Carl. Patty's assistant. Let's see, I probably just remember him from Fanboys, as Hutch. Yeah, he was good in that film. The one that has the cool Star Wars truck. Yeah, he tries to, use Mind Force. Not Mind Force. Mind Force. It ain't Mind Force, damn it. Uh, Jedi Mind Trick, on women. But he's been in comedies and stuff too. Mark Walden as Tubbo. Okay, that's the voice cast. And the film is directed by Jerry Stone. Um, he's worked on the Lego Batman movie. Yeah, let's see. Mr. Popper's Funeral, which I don't like, which you I hate that film. I like the internship with the Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. I think that's an underrated film. It's not better than Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers is better though, in my opinion. And he's gonna produce The Cat in the Hat, which is 20 film coming out next year. Hopefully it's animated and it's done better than the Mike Myers one. Yeah, don't watch that Cat in the Hat movie. Avoid your kids from watching that, please. It's also written by him, the director as well, and produced by John Whittington, who's known for working on the Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninja movie too. Any other films? Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Doolittle 2020, or reshoots only, but I heard that with Robert Downey Jr. I heard that film was awful. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Television, he worked on Knuckles, which I know I need to see that show. Hopefully out on DVD and get it one day. It's produced by Patrick Hicks, Dwayne Johnson, Dana Garcia. She's worked with Dwayne Johnson on like movies like Baywatch, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji Welcome Next Level. So she's worked on Shazam too, and Jungle Cruise and Red Notice. Quite a bit of movies with The Rock. Oh, she's married to Dwayne Johnson for a while. Okay. And also, oh yeah, the live action Mona, which I heard that going out. And of course, Snitch, Shazam, Skyscraper, Rampage. A lot of Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movies. Edited by David Icton, John Reese, music by Steve Chapelowski. Who's done music for films like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Stream Boy, The Enemy Before, The Island. But I think that movie's with Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor. I want to check that movie out. The Hitcher, the remake, I mean. Friday the 13th remake from 2009. I like the score in that. Nightmare on Street. Yeah. I especially like the score for, like I said, the Friday the 13th remake. Yeah. And Teenage Mutant Turtles out of the Deepwater Horizon. Skyscraper, another Dwayne The Rock Bloodshot. Yeah, that's an awful movie. Red Notice, DC like Super Tiger's Apprentice, Borderlands. Production company is Warner Animation Group, DC Entertainment, $7 Productions, distributed by Warner Brothers. It was released July 29th, 2022 here in the US. The budget to make the movie was $90 million, and the box office made $207.6 million worldwide. So it should get a sequel because it still was a hit. You know, it did get positive reviews from critics too. Yeah. One critic said on RogerEbert.com said the voice talent called the script. He praised the voice talent. They called the script smart, exciting, very funny. Adults will chuckle when they hear the puns, jokes. Yeah, we do. Peter Travers though says it's not a revolution in animation. It gets the fun done for family audiences. Yes, I agree. I think some critics said, it's already been used by that criticism. Well, there's always opinions out there. Even, critics do. Dwayne Johnson did win an award for favorite voice in an animated movie, which I think he deserved. You know, yeah, I think he was the only one that was. The film was nominated still, but I think the only one that won was Dwayne Johnson for the voice of Kirk. I mean, he did a great job. So I think all of them should have won something, but oh well. I don't really care what they say. That's just me. All right, now, and the film is 1 hour 45 minutes long, about 105 minutes long. I know that seems long, but it's not, folks. Trust me, it's not. All right, I want to tell you about the plot synopsis, what the movie's about, and this is a spoiler review, but you can listen to me talk about the plot synopsis here real quick. Anyway, then I'm gonna talk about the movie itself. Maybe some quotes from the movie, some of the dialogue from the film I like to read, and then give my final opinion on this film. All right, here we go. So what the story is about is that Crypto, the super dog, and Superman, who are like best friends, they share the same superpowers and fight crime side by side in Metropolis. However, when the Man of Steel and the rest of the Justice League they get kidnapped, not by Lex Luthor, but by a guinea pig. That because Lex Luthor wants to put this orange kryptonite in the sky so he can get powers, but these powers end up going to the guinea pig Lulu, who intends to destroy Superman, destroys Justice League. She wants world domination. So in order to do that, she sets out to destroy the Justice League. But she didn't count on one thing. She's got these other animals here that are Ace, the Bat Hound, Myrtle the Turtle, Merton the Turtle, Chip, and BB here, PB here, the pig. They also get superpowers. So Critter must convince this ragtag team of animals to master their own newfound powers and for a rescue mission. And they basically, so Critter has to lead them, encourage them to have their powers, and they have to team up and they have to take Lulu down and her army of guinea pigs, who also have powers, from seeking world domination and killing the Justice League. So they have to save the world pretty much. So that's the plot in a nutshell for you. It's not really complicated to follow, to understand that, but yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna talk about the movie itself. So again, if you've never seen this movie, please turn off the review for your own sake. And if you have seen it, watch the review. And also, like I said, I recommend getting this movie for your kids. If you have little kids, this is okay to watch. If you're wondering what superhero movies that your kids can watch out there, definitely this. DC League of Super Pets. Yeah, definitely recommend it. But if you're a Christian, well, that doesn't mean a Christian or anything, but if you're a Christian, there's one scene you won't like in here that will bug you, that bugs me. That's just me, something that I just don't support, but we'll get to that later. But right now, I'm going to talk about the movie. So again, if you haven't seen DC League of Super Pets, if you have not seen this film, turn the review off right now, please. Because I don't want to spoil it for you. We've been warned. Alright. So the film opens up with the destruction of Krypton. You have, you meet baby Kal-El and Krypto, who's just a puppy, and it's very adorable. They're hugging up on each other, snuggling, and until Krypton's getting destroyed, so Jor-El and Laura, who are Superman's parents, they have to take Superman and the shuttle, the escape pod. They're gonna die, and they say Krypto no, and but Krypto no jumps in. Krypto like let's keep gets out of Jor-El's hands, jumps in, and Jor-El's like please take care of our son. And Krypto can't talk to him because he's dog, which he looks at I will, and they take off to Earth. Yeah. Then a few years later, now of course Kal-El has become Clark Kent of the planet, but also become known as Superman. He wants to go for dog walk time. He's like maybe I'll let him sleep. No, and he shows that he's able to pick up Superman, bites his leg. The flying is like Superman's like I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. And they go for a walk. Well in the sky a little bit. Though I don't think I like Krypto going to the bathroom and yeah. Just can you imagine his dog, Superman's dog, Krypto going to the bathroom in the sky and then he pees and like piss falls on my head. But then you got the best friends when they save people. Krypto saves some people and he's like, good boy, Krypto, and they have a real good friendship. They're just pals. And they save a train, they're like, yeah, and they save people and stuff. Yeah. But their secret identities, of course, they wear glasses. He's called Bart Kent. Of course, he's called Clark. Yeah, Clark is, of course, dating Lois Lane. Yeah. They get like hot dogs. He gets like treat for. But the hot dog, Crypto steals it. So tries to go play with it. He gets him to go fetch. There's a scene where he tries to get him to go fetch by hiding it real quick by tricking him. But Crypto has X-ray vision, so he can see it. Crypto's like, I can see that little, that. They have like a Batman shoe toy. He's like, oh, Brucey, Brucey. Throws it, which I thought was funny. And these other dogs love him. He tries to get he's like, get the toy. And he grabs the whole tree, sees these other dogs. And they say, you're on this one love. He's basically talking to her so I can get rid of you. He's like, nah, me and him are best friends. And he sees him share kisses like, oh boy. And then he's, well, there's one neighbor, one dog he's talking to is like, yeah, well, my girlfriend found a fiance, and of course it's two women. That's what the issue I have with this movie. It's just one scene. I'm like, really? It had to be two women being together and they were kissing. I'm like, like really? You had to add that woke agenda in there? But it's just one little scene over like just for 5 minutes, 2 seconds. Like really though, you had to add that crap in there. But anyway, Crypto has nightmares thinking that he's imagining in his mind that they'll be putting him to the side or getting rid of him while he's dating with Lois. And I like it that he's staring there. He's like, Crypto's not good alone getting those. Maybe you want to get, Lois suggests maybe getting him a friend. So, you go to the pet, she takes him to the PetSmart, maybe pet animal shelter where all these other animals like PB and Ace and Martin the turtle and Chip the squirrel. They all just want to get adopted, but it's all the cats that get to the cats like, wow, one day he sees to get adopted. Bye bye. Yeah. Crypto tries to talk to this dog. He says, I work for FedEx. He's like, FedEx, which Lex Luthor, Legion of Doom? Which one? I was like, FedEx. He's like, this dog was like, oh my owner comes back pretty soon. Because Crypto, when he talks to dogs, he's a little weird. Like, he doesn't really know how to a normal conversation. Like, hello, normal dog. I'm just a normal dog as you. He sees that Ace is planning, Ace wants to take them to the farm, places where they can go so they can get adopted. Ace is able to escape, jump out of there eventually, but Crypto sees him. Crypto's like, stop, he freezes him. He even just puts him aside. He stops him. Superman can see it. He even thinks about keeping Lulu, adopting Lulu, the guinea pig. He keeps running like, I'm going to rule the world. I'm going to take over the world, with this vision. But then after he stops the boxer, stops Ace the Hound, Ace gets locked up back in his cage. Superman and Crypto, they can see with their X-ray vision. They're like in the house talking like he's worried about Crypto, but they see from their house that Luthor's planning something, another Kryptonite plan. He's like, no, it's not another Kryptonite plan, but this time it's the green Kryptonite that weakens him. It's red Kryptonite that turns Superman evil. Blue Kryptonite takes away his powers, but there's all sorts of colors of Kryptonite that can affect Superman. But this one, orange, is orange Kryptonite, which will give Lex Luthor powers. But Lex was wrong. It actually gives animal powers. So he's going to shoot it into space or shoot it in the air, in the sky. It'll give him powers, so he can take Superman on a fight. The rest of the Justice League, that is the Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg show up, and Batman, of course, all show up to help fight him. They all get into a big fight with him. The one's Kryptonite Rock is about to fall some people, but Crypto saves them, and they got to get back on the Earth. Lex gets his exosuit, which he can use to take a fight on Superman. He gets one piece of the Kryptonite, orange Kryptonite. Like, yes, I'm powerful now. He just a flying, falls, which I thought was funny. He's like, wow, I wanted superpowers, and then Batman's like, trust me, they're overrated, which is a mouth. And of course, Luthor ends up in jail for that, for the crime he committed. Yeah, but before it goes into space to get rid of for good, goes to Lulu, who has this machine, Lightless, is able to grab it, like gives a piece, but no, them get superpowers. She has telekinesis and flight, and and she's like, "Let's go, I'm ready to get out of here." It's like, "Bye, you will always just see you losers." And this one guy's like, "Hey, what about me, Lulu?" It's like, "Oh, I'm not that cool, come on, Kitty." It's like, "Oh, wow, losers." All of a sudden they have their powers going on. Phoebe breaks out of it like she says she can grow to a very large size, small. She's in a regular cage. Ace has super strength. He's invulnerable. Chip has electricity. Merton has superpowers. They would get out of there. And Merton, who's a turtle, that and later in the movie has to wear glasses or goggles basically, so you can see. Say some language, but they cut the language is like say, well, cut this bleep. There's a you know she but Merton runs out the door, and Merton's like, I can't see shit. But they don't say it, don't worry. They cut it out. It's just to be funny. So they get out of there. They're trying to go head to the farm. Superman and Krypto kind of have an argument where they're gonna watch TV for a night, like a TV show they've been watching. He's got popcorn. He's playing to propose to Lois, and you know he's like trying to stop Superman. He thinks for a moment he imagines in his mind to go down there to the door in the apartment, to go down to the door and grabbing Lois's leg and throwing her in the ocean. He's like, nah, that's too cruel. He doesn't do it. But he's like, Superman, you wouldn't do this to me. Superman can't understand him. He's like, all right, growls at Superman. So what is with you, boy? Bad dog, bad owner. He's like, we'll be back later. And he closes the door and he eats some ice cream, gets himself a little fat. He starts listening to music. Superman sees Lulu. He's like, hey, wait a minute, are you the guinea pig before? You're so cute. And the guinea pig said, you know, Jor-El, son of, Kal-El, son of General, I'm the daughter of this and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take you over. And of course, she can't understand him. All he hears is guinea pig noises. But she's a guinea pig. But she uses the green kryptonite to knock him out. Superman fights with the creature a little bit, but his powers are weakening. She also puts kryptonite in cheese, which Krypto bites the cheese, which has the green kryptonite in it, which also weakens his powers. He sees Superman being attacked because he can superhero it, but he can't do nothing better without his powers, and he's just passed out. And Superman has the kryptonite on, and she kidnaps him, and she takes him somewhere secret, and he loses his powers because his kryptonite is in his body, which ultimately takes away his powers. He comes across the pets and he tells them who he is. He tries to give a heroic speech. And he's just taking a piece like, well, I had this bone and this food. So yeah, go back to doing what you were saying. And he's like, wait a minute, the farm? You don't know where this farm is at. I grew up on a farm in Smallville. I was like, wait a minute, you're lying. He's like, I had to give them some hope because we're never going to get out there. So I had to give them some hope to lie to them. And then him and Ace make a deal is that if they help him, Krypto tells Ace, if you help me save Superman, I'll take you to the farm in Smallville where you guys want to go. Promise you that. Also, Krypto, with his suits, middle there, he can talk to his father, Dog Yell, voiced by Keith David, who says, the problem is you. He's like, well, how's the problem me? How? But anyway, because Krypto has to run all the way to these dogs. They see the electricity going off. Because Chip the squirrel is, the electricity person can't show like, shock the dogs. But they say, yeah, agreed, and they'll help him. Or you say Krypto blackmails them. Then Lulu gets her own army of guinea pigs, which, I can't see the two of them in here, but one has, ice powers and the other has heat powers. One becomes like with super strength, they all get certain powers. She tells them that she was a guinea pig. Well, of course, in testing for, with Lex Luthor, guinea pig, he was testing on animals, and she was paying attention to seeing Lex's work and seeing what Lex was doing, and got the piece of the orange kryptonite, knowing that it gave powers to her. Her plan is to free Lex and to be with Lex, because they're both geniuses. That she's his pet, but Lex, of course, you find out later, cares nothing for her. Excuse me. Yeah. So she breaks them out. They cause some damage. Batman tries to confront them. They say, "What are we doing just staring at Batman? Go get him!" They fight with the Justice League. They take even Wonder Woman down, and Cyborg and the Justice League moves, Flash. They get taken down and captured. The Super Pets see that they're getting attacked. And like, "Oh, we're out of here!" It's like, "Come on, team, let's go save them." And they're horrible at their powers. The TV, can't grow to small size. Gore gets taken out easily. Uh, Merton can't see. Merton runs all the way to a farm. Actually, Merton, and this is hilarious. Merton says, "Where the yeah?" But it says, "Where the bleep am I?" It's like, "Oh, food," which I thought was funny. Yeah. So they fail miserably, and he tries to jump at there to attack her, but she has her telling Sparrow's like, "Superman does not care about you. He always has his Lois. But don't worry, I'm gonna kill him anyway." it's all about Lex. What do you want from Lex? And she knocks him out very easily. And he's thrown to the Hall of Justice, nearly killed, but he's always up okay. Yeah, and this upsets him, and Krypto's like, Superman, I guess, is just done with me, and see that he needs a bit of a pep talk, and Peavy says to Ace, well, you're really good at talking, so why don't you go talk to him? He tells him his backstory, and tells him, I really felt sad for Ace here, where he found out that he had a family, was all their family, the family had a baby, and he was always nice to baby. He loved his humans. Life was good, but one night the baby's about to go walking downstairs, but 1 year old baby about to go fall downstairs, coming close to actually falling down the stairs. These parents are idiots, by the way. But Ace, grabs her, but he has to grab her with his teeth. And they see a little bite mark, and they see that, and the baby's crying, and they think that Ace attacked the baby, but no, they were wrong. I'm like, well, if Ace didn't do it, he says you can't blame him, but I do blame him, Ace, because number one, you saved that little girl's life because those idiot parents, that little child would have died. This is why parents should watch their kids and be very careful, maintain them. Parents, watch your kids because they can get in danger if you don't. Hmm. But poor Ace, ends up in the pound, and you feel sorry for him. But he tells him, you know, what they say about dogs. Well, what about this? He's like, no, we're man's best friend. We love them unconditionally. Love is why we do it. Mhm. Yeah. And realizing that he still loves Superman, of course, as his friend and as his buddy says to, it encourages him to go. And the rest of them are trying to test their powers. He's like, well, we can help them. He tells them, you get to know people by listening. He says that, BB's good. Murder has it, tells him about the group a little bit, what they can do. And he realizes, wait, Crypto then realizes, wait, she's gonna go try to free Lex from prison. And she tries to do it. Sorry. Tries to free him from, he's gonna go try to get Lex out of prison that he's in. And Ace hits his head twice on the Wonder Woman's plane, which is an invisible plane. I should have a sign or a poem or something on here, which I thought was funny. Which is Stryker's Island. But then you have Sticky the Super Cat, who's adorable. He says, I'm gonna destroy you. Who has, out of his tail has like our body, bombs that come off his body. You know, when does a hairball, just chasing him down. Crypto was able to encourage Peavy the pig to use her powers wisely. She does. You know, they defeat the cat by working together. You know, Baby using her powers, it'll give trash can on there. Uh, using Troy, she was using his electricity, able to blow up the cat. Well, not blow him up, but stop him. Then going to the prison, Lulu and her team of guinea pigs, they take some of the robots down, and she's like, they also try to stop. They said, Lex, we're gonna be together forever. I was like, oh my guinea pig. Shows them the pictures. Even her Lex is like, oh, but it's another time. Like, Lex is very good. Before the super tries to stop him though, but using her power, she puts them in the prison, which Striker Island it takes their powers away. And Krypton, well, because she's about to crush Superman, is like, you will be flattened like a nice, like a like a cookie, flattened real bad. So they go in there just to rescue him, which shows how loyal and a good friend they become to him. Not to let him get hurt. Yeah. Krypto can't do nothing, so she uses her powers to put him in a prison. Gets Lex out. He's like, Lex, waving each other, Lex, there, waving each other, Lex, throws her in the prison. He's like, yeah, you think I'm gonna let the guinea pig take all the credit from all my work? Hmm. And you find out that at LexCorp they have the Justice League of LexCorp. She's got a bomb to go off that will kill them. You find out it's a space shuttle will fly into the sky and will blow up, killing the Justice League for good. Hence, she'll be able to have more domination with Lex. But her plans change as she exists to also get revenge on Lex now. And I like to Murder says, well, Genius, you're trapped too. And we're like, not for long. She's able to use her power to get out of there. And Critter says, I failed. I was supposed to protect Superman because I was jealous of Lois and what I did. Just something, get over yourself when you get out here. And they do. They encourage him. And eventually he gets his powers back. Then he goes, like, he tells his friend, stay out of harm's way because you're not ready to have a, you're not really experiencing crime fighting like he is. Kurto was able to fight, and it was a good action scene. One of the guinea pigs used power, just creating a rainbow, tries to shoot him with a rainbow, but doesn't hurt. Yeah, and he's able to like punch some of them away. But she eventually goes to confront Lex Luthor herself. He's like, oh, he's like, any last words? I'm not saying that. But then guinea pig, that Lulu shows up, ties him up like in a carpet cage, gonna kill him too. He launches this right from the building. And then the two hamsters, she's like, well, do you want to kill them? What do you think we're doing? It's like, oh, just merges them together, hurt them. For I guess turning on her. And Lois is there to report to see what's going on. But this animal fight going on with Crypto and the guinea pigs. And he's like, you can either save your Superman or Lois. And he chooses to save Lois. He trusts. He's like, glad you're here, team. We got your back. And of course, people using their powers able to grow large, 50,000 feet of high. Using their speed, they're able to get up there and blow the thing up. Not blow it up, but stop it. Uh, Ace and Squirrel are able to get into there, being vulnerable that way he is. His creature uses him earlier. I forgot to mention, uses, you know, shield. It's like, oh, I hate being vulnerable. But easy to be vulnerable again to take care of the fire to drop the space shuttle. And he manages to save Lois, and they defeat her. Well, they take her on in a fight. They team up. But this is a radiation mask, so she uses the kryptonite, put it into her brain, turn her into a big giant. Like, yeah. Kind of reminded me of Ursula a little bit from Little Mermaid. She became a giant. Yeah. Yeah, Crypto knows that she's very powerful. Uses the solar, but that means he's gonna run up, fly to the sky, get to the sun, and do his power punch, which works and defeats Lulu. Then it flies up Lulu's brain, and then she gets trapped in a hot dog stand. So Crypto is back down, but using his invulnerability, his strength, invulnerability, Ace saves him. Yeah. Then after Crypto lost, Vladimir Lowe's, he accepts this. He looks Lois too, looks her in the face, and they all start to become like a family. While the pets get adopted. Yeah. BB the pig, she loves Wonder Woman. She gets adopted by Wonder Woman. Squirrel gets adopted by Green Lantern. The two squirrels get it adopted by one gets adopted by Aquaman and Cyborg, and the Flash adopts Merton, the turtle that runs fast like him, super speed. Yeah. So and Ace the Bat Hound. It's like I was left alone. I was abandoned by my family. I lost my family. And of course, he becomes Batman's dog. But Superman says, you really need a dog." Yeah. And the ending is that Batman and Ace the Hound, well, Ace, they're able to run together. They have to fight the dog he met earlier, who was FedEx, becomes the FedEx giant dog, and so they team up. And now this team of they're the team of DC League of Super Pets, so they go on to fight this big dog and save the day. Then you got two post-credit scenes at the end where Lulu, who's in the hot dog stand, she gets offered by Mercy to become her friend, so they'll have some more domination themselves. Yeah, she gets adopted by her. They form their own superhero team, and you see them fighting at the end, like I said, and that's the movie. But you do get the post-credit scene where Superman and Krypto get encountered by Black Adam along with his own Power Shipper dog. You know, tell them they're gonna take them down or something, but then they go away. And of course, that's the voice of Black Adam is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock himself. But like I said, that will come out the same year as this, and that's the end of the movie. Yeah, yeah, and that's DC League of Superheroes. Let me read some quotes real quick for Krypto. All right, wake up, buddy. It's 5 o'clock. Pop up and away. Squeezy Bruce. Yeah, and at the end though, he gets Batman gives a Squeezy Clark to Superman to Ace. Yeah, none of this stuff is invisible. It really is more transparent. Bad owner, and I will remain here, holding under my secret identity. Clark Kent. My best friend's in danger, and you have to help me. Stop right there and complete your unlawful activities. Dog I have never met. The punch goes a blast, which takes out not only the villain who gets hit with the blow, but the heroes who throw it. Relax, we'll be fine. That must be the ball about Rodent. Do not worry, Superman. I won't rest until I rescue you. I started with the best friend to save, and now I have 4 more. And she's like, oh, he's talking about us. I should be a lot more dead right now. We'll help you get you down running back. You've got yourself a super team. You're a guy normal man. So it begins. Smell is the side of the nose. You believe that there was an emotional breakthrough? Gets his power back and then bounces. You know what they say about dogs. We love unconditionally. I miss my parents. They stopped chewing the battering. Bruce Wayne has a lot of money for that. Then he gave it to me as a present. Oh, come on, I think they honor your Bruce Wayne already. Still working at the Kinks. I did not see anything. Oh my gosh, Wonder Woman has like right where I am sitting, and there was a peanut wedge in the crack of the seat, and now I'm eating her peanut. Lex Luthor, I will destroy you all. I am what I've always wanted to become. Any last words? I love saying that. I am Lulu, daughter of Cinnamon, and you would know before me. A hamster's Haggy said. A hamster's a mouse that had too much for lunch. We're guinea pigs, and we will. And when we're through with you, Buster, you'll know it. A hamster is just a dollar, so gribble. Sure, a hamster's a chipmunk with nothing interesting or going on first. Shove it. I am his favorite hitchman, not you piece of squeaking. Oh, I want you. The truth. The boots are a bit much. What is this? Paw Patrol? I love how she talks very evil and stuff. And then goes to the comedy. What is new about with you, fellow human dog? I bet the FedEx guy the other day. Ah, fine job. Who's working for? General Zod, the Legion of Doom, FedEx. Of course, the Federation of X's, not to be trusted. What is taking my owner so long? Alright, I'm not going to sit here and read dialogue since we're in 57 minutes in. Alright, guys, let me get my final opinion and thoughts on this film real quick. Okay. Alright, guys. So, DC League of Superheroes, I love this film. This is a very cute, adorable, animated film. It's for all the family to enjoy. It's really good. Really a great movie in my opinion from start to finish. I thought the story was really good. The animation was real good. I thought the voice cast, I thought Dwayne Johnson was really good. It's probably one of the best movies he's done in a decade, because he's made a lot of great movies lately. I know we've gotten probably tired of him doing a lot of movies. I get it. Believe me, I have too. But he was great in this film, and I liked him as Black Adam as well. In Black Adam 2022, I like that film. And Kevin Hart, even though I'm not a huge fan, I do like him in this film. And the rest of the voice cast is really good. They're really good at, voicing the characters. They would do a great job at it, I think. They're a very fantastic cast. Uh, Jared Stone and the writing by him and John, the writing, the script was good. Yeah, and the editing is good. The action scenes are real good and well shot. The humor works a lot. It's very funny. You know, when there's certain jokes or double jokes you'll get, but we adults will get it, but it's funny. The music score is pretty good too. And when they have the songs in here, songs are good. The soundtrack is good too. And the film is only, like I said, 1 hour and 45 minutes long. It's 5 minutes long, but believe me, it goes by at a good pace. And it has a good enough story to keep you going. It doesn't feel like it takes forever to get going. It goes pretty quickly, I would say. And yeah, as long as you can be entertained just for 1 hour and 45 minutes, believe me, it won't be that long. It's not like some superhero movies today where they'll make it over 2 hours long or where it's over way 2 hours way too long. No, this ain't way over 2 hours. It's 1 hour and 45 minutes. To me, that's short enough for this movie. Yeah, and and the movie I think had heart to it. Like I said, about Krypto having to accept Superman as pal, but having also to accept Lois that he can be his pal, but Superman has to have a life too. I mean he's part of his life, but I'm saying You just gotta accept that fact that he's in love with Lois. Can't all. I think he learns he can't have Superman to himself, and he learns to be part of a team and stuff. You know, and when they work as a team, it's very well done. The humor is good. Uh, you know, I get the story of the movie that animals that your pets they love you unconditionally, and I like the message of that. That dogs are man best friend. That your animals love you and you love them back unconditionally, and that's what I got the message from the movie. I got it from that. I just didn't like the whole thing with when he's talking to the dogs in those park, and she's like, "Well, my pet, she found her fiance, which is a woman, and they start making." I'm like, that's my only problem. I'm like, really? You had to just put that little agenda in there, just that one spot. I'm like, really? But other than that, this is a great movie. The direction is great. I think the animation is well drawn. The CGI animation is really good. Nearly on level of Pixar, in my opinion. That's how good I enjoy the animation. It's a really great movie. I really hope they make a sequel. They should make more. I think they need to. I have my PlayStation 4. If I can never find the video game based on this movie, I'll probably play it because that's how big a fan of I am of this movie. Yeah, call me crazy, but I probably would have got the McDonald's. So yes, guys, I'm a bit of a child at heart sometimes too. Yes, I'll admit that, even though I'm an adult. But DC League of Super Pets, really good. It's really a good family for. So like I say, if you have children, if you have kids, and if you want them to watch a great superhero film that's meant for them, for kids, I definitely recommend DC League of Super Pets. So anyway, guys, my rating for DC League of Super Pets, but that one issue I have with it, it's just a one minor issue. I'll let this live, and that is my rating for DC League of Super Pets is thumbs up. My is a thumbs up, and my rating for this film is 5 out of 5 stars. Yep. So that's my review of DC League of Super Pets. Hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, guys. More reviews coming up. Sorry. Damn chair. Alright. It's just a couple more 2020. It's only 4 movies to go. But I can show you 2023 movies I'm going to review here soon. But the next review, of course, will be starring Owen Wilson. Didn't really care about this movie, but I'll probably review this tomorrow. That is a film called Secret Headquarters. I would say another family type film. Kind of reminded me of The Spy Next Door a little bit with Jackie Chan, but more of a superhero. Which is funny because he was in with Jackie Chan the Shanghai New movies, but the movie that stars Owen Wilson, Walker Scobell, Jesse Williams, Keith Williams, yeah, and Michael Pena, yeah, from the Ant Man movies, the 2 Ant Man films, yeah. But Secret Headquarters, yeah, this will be the next superhero review. This came out in August, and these 2 movies came out in October. That is two more DC movies. Well, this is an animated movie, part of the movie universe. That is Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons, and then Black Adam, starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And then on my last 2020 review, this came out in November. This is the sequel to Black Panther, and of course, uh, that is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which really surprised me. But I'll get into it when I review it. I know some people may not like this movie. That's fine, but I actually ended up like. I'll get to why when I review it. But we'll wait to that till I get there. And there's one character in this movie I like, which I know they're going to be making a show. Our probably already come out for one character, but we'll get to that later. But Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This will be my last 2022 for the year 2022. This will be the last one superhero review that year. So I'm going to show you two 2023 movies, guys. I believe these movies came out. Oh yes, this is another MCU movie. Probably the 30th MCU film, right after Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, so I would say 30th. Yeah. All right, just two 2023 movies. I'm not sure, just 2 of them. My first 2020. When we get to the year 2020, when we get to the year 2023, I must remember I go by years and months. These two films came out. These 2 films came out in February, starting with Legion of Superheroes, another DC Universe movie. Legion of Superheroes. And the 31st, I believe the 31st MCU film, the third Ant-Man movie. I think this was February. Ant-Man of the Wasp, Quantumania, Ant-Man 3, or just Quantumania, whatever, same thing. Yep. All right, I ain't gonna show you no more. I don't want to show you too much. Maybe I'll show you a little more a little later. I meant movies. Yeah. But yeah. So those will be the two 2023 movies I'll be starting with, and the rest of 2022 movies, but 2022 movies. I'm just showing you guys a bit. Yeah, I'm just checking what's coming up next. Yeah, hopefully by this week I'll be probably by Thursday. Reviewing about Connecticut Wakanda Forever. I'm hoping Thursday. Tomorrow's Monday, so yeah. Well, like I said, guys, my rating for DC League of Super Pets is 5 out of 5 stars, thumbs up. Tell me down in the comments down below, what do you think of this movie? Do you think it's one of the best DC films out there? Do you agree with my rating? Do you agree with me what I say about this movie? If you hate the film, that's fine. It's not for everybody. If you're more interested into the adult movies, you don't like kids films, or you're an adult but you like kids movies. Even being a kids movie, it can still be good. And this movie is, I'd say it's good for the whole family. Like I said, if you yeah, you and your whole family, you have children, definitely watch this movie. You will be entertained by it. Yeah. Well, like I said, if you're a Christian like I am, you're not gonna like that one scene. But I don't want to get religious here. I'm not trying to get too religious. I'm not trying to start a debate. I don't want to hear that crap, please. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy my review of DC League of Super Pets. I'm just very honest, guys. That's just me. I'm a very honest person. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's not being. That's just who I am. Anyway, the next review will be Secret Headquarters tomorrow, starring Owen Wilson. So, so stay tuned for this tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.